Hi, Sarah from The Upcoming. Such a pleasure to have you here with us in London.
It's awesome to be here.
Maybe you could just give us a bit of an intro. What can people expect from this second chapter in the Rebel Moon story?
Super excited for people to see part two because, as you know, I wrote it as a single film. So chopping it in half, now you really get to see basically what is essentially the third act of the movie. So can't wait for people to get the full journey completed.
It's an amazing battle action sequence at the end. We really go to war, and I think that's really exciting. People are going to like all that action.
Theme music.
And I was reading, you were saying if you see the first chapter almost like the build up, putting the team together,
100%.
This is really an out and out war film, but you're also getting a lot more context about the characters, going deeper into their backgrounds, their relationships.
And we get to sort of really get immersed in the sort of culture of the village and understand why we fight. You know, the why we fight is a big part of it. So yeah, I can't wait for people to really understand and see also our incredible harvest sequence where we bring in all the wheat which we planted and had to they don't teach you that in film school. You have to plant a harvest. So.
And I'm so curious about this R-rated cut, which I believe you're almost, even reading, doing some of the dialogue. What was the sort of idea behind that, and when will we get to see it?
Well, the R-rated cut of the movie is basically the version of the movie that I wrote, when I wrote the movie, and when my incredible partners at Netflix were like, okay, listen, if we can make a PG-13 2-hour version, you can then go, we'll let you do whatever you want with this other one. So it's been a really great arrangement, and I can't wait for everyone to see that one as well.
More sex, more violence? What's the deal?
That's what you're getting at.
By the way, and also just tonally, it's very different. I think you see the whole movie framed very differently. It's not just additional scenes. It's like an hour per movie longer.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
And obviously just having this incredible budget to work with over these two films, all this amazing cast, what have been some of the highlights and challenges along the way of putting this together?
The cast has been incredible. I really couldn't speak more highly of them. The only thing that I even though it was 150 days, at the end of it, it was like summer camp. Everyone started crying, and it was too weird because we'd seen them all ever, and they all started working out a few months before we shot anyway. So it was it's almost a year of being together. So it was a weird
battle
thing.
Together, yeah. So you really bond through it all.
And it just feels, I know you're sort of inspired by the likes of Star Wars, these sci-fi epics. What is it about this genre that keeps people coming back, and you in particular?
I mean, for me, it's a place where you can really exercise sort of big mythological storytelling, which I love. And, just from, my childhood, just falling in love with these big sci-fi movies, it's just a chance to sort of get into that world, and it's fun. I've said that if movie one is putting the team together, movie two it's like a war film. It's you do get to understand a little bit more about why each character is there, but they've got to defend that teeny little village from that giant monster spaceship, and they figure out a way to do it. Hopefully.
The visual effects are also so stunning in this one. I mean, we really have a lot of spectacle, so I think audiences are really going to like that, and the fight sequence is really deliberate. In this business, you're on the road a lot, so to have someone that you're with and you can share in all of it, and someone that has your back, it's amazing.
You can find yourself just out by yourself in the middle of this crazy thing, but to always have an ally is incredible.
You know what? He is such a talented director in his own right, and I think, looking at it a little bit more objectively, I've seen lots of people that Zach has collaborated with, and this was the best collaboration because they would sit every morning and have coffee and talk about the shots, and the shots just kind of fit in the ones he did on Second Unit so seamlessly like they never had before.
Yeah, it was really incredible. I mean, that's really living the dream to have, your kids on set is just crazy. So it was cool. Yeah, I feel like the most rebellious thing. There was a few things we did. I really think, honestly, relying on planting the wheat ourselves, because there was a version where we could have just done a little more CG and just put a little teeny bit of wheat in the front and we'd be done. but then we ended up planting like an entire like acres and acres of wheat, and it did screw us up a little bit because of schedule, but it ended up being the just spectacular thing to photograph. Yeah.
I actually think it's the whole idea is that we did
Two movies.
these movies at the same time, and then 2 rated R movies that have an hour extra footage. So that's like equivalent.
Yeah, no one's ever done that. No one's ever
And
done
we
that.
did it all at the same time.